Hello, everybody. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know that you can hear me. Today, I'm going to be going back to some of my roots as far as conversations that I want to have with you. And this conversation, I'm going to actually wait a little bit, just let everyone kind of join because I know that it just went live literally like 30 seconds ago on all my channels. So I want to just make sure that everyone could join. And what I'm going to tell you is this: if you're watching on recording or live, remember, you go to stewjacobson.com and you'll be able to basically get a lot of resources there. I have my new agent group coaching that's going to be going on there. So that's launching very shortly, probably after Memorial Day weekend. So if you're here with me live, just feel free to type in the chat. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have in regards to how to choose a brokerage, how to get started in business, because this is one of my biggest questions that I get asked all the time is how should I choose a brokerage? What are the things I should be looking for? And I'm going to tell you, really, I'm going to actually be blunt with you in regards to this because I've been with 13 brokerages. 13. I have moved from some brokerages back to the brokerage, left. I've done all the things that you could possibly imagine in a real estate career that you could do in regards to leaving a brokerage. I have burned bridges. So if any of my brokers that I have annoyed are watching this video, hello to you. So if you can imagine, I've been in your shoes probably more times than I can shake a stick at, and I'm going to tell you this. So let me know this. What are the questions for my new agents? So I know I have a lot of new agents or people coming into the business. What are some of the questions that you have in regards to choosing a brokerage? Feel free to type it into the chat comment. And I hope you don't mind. I'm going to take a sip every once in a while because it's just how I roll. I like drinking a lot. I love my diet soda. So I'm going to let you in on the biggest secret in regards to choosing a brokerage. Well, actually, several of them. The first one is this: you are never going to get it right first bat. First brokerage that you choose, you're probably not going to find a perfect brokerage. That's the truth. That is the truth. Because you grow, you change. You might come back to that brokerage. You might find that no, you actually did really good on your first attempt. I know that has happened to me numerous times when I've been working with various brokerages. So the main thing that I tell people to do first when they're getting licensed is pick a brokerage. And there's a couple reasons why. I don't want you to delay this. Number one, depending on what state you're in, will dictate whether or not you have a real big window of time to be able to hem and haw and interview and go through this whole entire process once you pass the exam. Because I have a lot of students that do not start that brokerage decision process early enough. So some of you who are hearing this, you need to start choosing your brokerage now, today, regardless of whether or not it's something that you have passed the exam yet, haven't. You need to start it today. And one of the things that I'm going to tell you, the biggest thing that you need to find in a brokerage, no matter what brokerage you go to, you need the training. Hands down. You need access to the people who are going to educate you. Now, here's the thing. No matter what brokerage you go to, if you actually go to my site right there, stewjacobson.com, okay, you're going to be able to sign up for my new agent coaching. And I'm going to tell you this, it is going to be a situation where I will help you get to where you need to be. So you have access to the training if you want, okay? I will say this also. You want to be able to have mentors, people who are going to walk you through things. That's so important. And I think that a lot of times, it's a situation where people don't think that that's super important. So Christina said, I have a broker ready for me. I just need to pass the test. And listen, I'm going to tell you this, as I said before, that's something that honestly, you need to have that really, really squared away early on. Because like I said, too many people wait too long. And I think that that's something that is one of the biggest issues. So that being said, jumping back to the training, the coaching, the mentoring, you need to have that. And, a lot of the brokerages that I've been with don't have good quality training. And I mean training that's going to get you to the next level, get you to where you need to be, things that you're going to be able to implement. You know, like this morning, before this call, I just trained probably like 30 or 40 agents. We had like a 30-minute call. And here's the thing, at my brokerage, I'm not the only one that's giving the message. So you'll hear my ideas, but you're also going to hear a lot of other people. Okay. And I think that's important, because I have my own stuff, my own style, my own way of doing things. And there's going to be a situation where some of it's going to be really good for you. Some of it's not going to work for other people, So it's a situation where honestly, you need to have people who are giving you quality education in regards to your training, because that's important. That is, honestly, as a new agent, that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing that you could possibly do, is get the training, get the coaching. And truth be told, everything else, being able to figure out your business in regards to the paperwork that you have to fill out, the minutia of their day to day, that's not super important. In my opinion, that's something that every single brokerage should have. That's like a bare butt minimum. There should be toilet paper in the bathroom. That's how I look at that. Getting help with that stuff is stuff that every brokerage could do. Every brokerage can do, and they do it, right? So, truth be told, that's something that, again, I don't really put much weight on that kind of stuff. Also, a lot of brokers say that they're going to give you leads. A lot of brokers say they're going to give you leads. I'm going to say this, hand to God, okay? Don't rely on your broker's leads. Ever, ever, ever. I don't care what brokerage it is. I don't care what brokerage it is. I really don't. You need to be generating your own business, your own leads, your own stuff. That's why I have my coaching that I'm starting, because I strongly believe you need to learn how to fish. Okay, you need to learn how to fish. You can't rely on their leads. So any broker that says to you, "We have leads," don't even bother. Don't even bother. Okay, those leads are not going to be what's going to create your business long term. It's just not. It's just not going to be it. So it's a situation where what I need you to do is kind of put that on the back burner. Picture when you're going into the business, you have to create your own business. You have to have an entrepreneurial mindset. You have to have the mindset that this is my business and I'm going to create it. The situation where relying on brokers leads, it's not going to happen. Okay. It's not. And as I said, if you have any questions, type in the chat. I'll take any kind of questions that you might have. And I know this is one of my newer streams that I'm going to be doing more regularly. So definitely 100%. Feel free to share this also with your friends that might be in real estate class with you, or anyone that's thinking about getting their real estate license. I'm always willing to answer these questions for you and help out wherever I can. But yeah, training, super important. That's going to be the main thing. The other thing too, you want to make sure that they align with your goals. Okay. So you have to know what your goals are. So guess what? Next week, I'm going to be doing a business planning meeting. Okay. Where I'm going to be streaming business planning, and it's going to be really focused on how you set up your business, what you do, and how you get a good business plan together, because I really do genuinely think that business planning is something that we don't do well as new agents. So 100% you want to get yourself to a point where you have a good business plan, you know what your goals are, and you know where you're going. That's really, really, really important as far as, just basically getting yourself out there. So have a good business plan. Focus on a brokerage that has a lot of great training. And whether you're at a brokerage that has great training or not, but you should be, make sure you sign up for my group training, because that's going to be awesome. I have a lot of great things that are going to be geared really towards those new agents, people that are just starting in the business. So if you're just starting in the business, that's really going to be geared for you. Or you're looking to kind of revamp and rebuild your business. So like if you're an experienced agent, you're like, I feel like it's my first year in business, check it out, because really we're going to be building that foundation for what looks like a good business, okay, a good solid real estate business for you for many, many years to come. That's really kind of the goal there. So like I said, you really need to have good training. Now, let me ask you this. Is there any other questions that you guys might have? Because I know that, like I said, this is a newer live stream that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be coming on here. And when we first start doing these, typically we won't have a ton of people coming on. But, in the future, definitely want to see more people and be able to answer the questions that you might have. So as I said, feel free to type anything that you might have in the chat. I'll take any questions. And the other thing that I want to tell you is this, because it's funny. I used to be more hesitant about pushing my brokerage or saying point blank where I am, what I'm doing, and why I did it. Um, I will say this. I'm not really as hesitant to share that anymore because someone someone made it really obvious to me maybe about like 3 or 4 months ago, and I had an eye-opening experience. So I'll tell you my story because I think that it's relevant. I left EXP and I went to another brokerage, a local brokerage, and it was a Next Home brokerage. And listen to what I'm going to tell you. First and foremost, I love Next Home. Let me just turn on my fan because I have had the heat on and it was a little hot. But I digress. Let me tell you about, again, Next Home. Next Home was great, fantastic. I love that brokerage. If you're looking for a good local brokerage, I haven't met many Next Home brokers that I think are bad brokers. Okay. So that being said, I did want to get more exposure on a national level to various different trainers and people that I wanted to work with, me personally. And I basically it was funny. I was texting, for those of you who might not know him, I do suggest you join Lab Code Agents. Lab Code Agents is one of the largest real estate groups. There's like over 170,000 members on Facebook. The co-founder of Lab Code Agents, Tristan, I was messaging him back and forth because I had some questions about different things that were going on in my business. And he was an amazing resource for many years, many years. We're talking like probably like 6 or 7 years. And I realized that I was with a brokerage at the time that at Next Home that didn't offer me the things that I wanted as far as to expand and grow my business and access to these people who were doing these amazing trainings. So I was texting people and looking for it elsewhere, and I realized it was at EXP. So yeah, that was why I went back to EXP, because I got exposure and I got access to all these amazing trainers that I just wouldn't have elsewhere. And just an overabundance of different trainers, different resources. Like, honestly, and as I said, I used to be hesitant and say, I don't want to push anything on anyone. And the person that changed my mind, not necessarily about pushing it, but mentioning it and talking about it, is someone that said, well, you made a really good decision for yourself. And why are you keeping that from your audience and from your students and from people that, follow you? So guess what? I said, yeah, I am going to talk about it. And I am going to talk about, why I'm there and open up the doors for anyone who wants to have that conversation with me. So yeah. So if you're hearing this and you are curious about EXP or any other brokerage, I'll tell you this, I'm not biased. I think that there's brokerages everywhere. And as I said, no matter what brokerage you're with, I want you to sign up for the new agent training that I'm going to be launching. But something that I will tell you is this, in regards to, your again the choosing your brokerage, if you want to have that conversation about EXP, something that I would be more than happy to have that with you. So you can always feel free to message me, email me, or any other brokerage, as I said, because as I told you, I really liked Next Home. I think that Next Home was amazing. And I train at Keller Williams. I have a friend who's at Exit Realty. There's a lot of great brokerages out there. But like I said, specifically, if you want to have that EXP conversation, I would be more than happy to have that with you, because there are benefits. And you also get my training over here. You get that for free when you join me at EXP. So if that was something that you were interested in, I'd be more than happy to do that. But what I want to do is this. I want to keep these brokerage conversations and these really light. I really want to make sure that everyone who's coming on has a chance to ask a question. So I'll ask it one more time if there are any questions, concerns, burning desires. If not, we will sign off for a little bit. And like I said, I'll see you back next week. All right. So, like I said, in the future, I want to see more people on here. So that's why I am going to say this. Feel free to share this with anyone. And if you have questions, feel free to comment down below. I will, even if you're watching this on recording, I will answer the question. I will help you out. But what I want to tell you is this: everyone, have a great one. I'm going to see you real soon. And remember, next week we're doing our business planning webinar. So jump on that because that's going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to do that every other week. So we're going to have how to choose a broker and also live stream the business planning. So hope that helps out everybody. Hope I answered some of the questions that you might have already had, what the most important thing is, and that is the training. You really want to make sure you do that and minimize that importance on the leads. So hope that helps out. Have a great one, everybody.